What's good, LA? It's your boy Kuya. We're back with another episode of The Lost Element. We got another real defender of the culture here in the studio. If y'all been paying attention, you guys are outside in the streets, you probably seen this name up. But how we do it here on this show, what you right, my boy?
Right, Mets. I'm HDS.
That's right, man. First question I always like to start off with, bro, is let the people know, where you grew up and how you got into graph.
Oh, yeah, bro. I'm from Northside Long Beach. Yeah,
that's right.
And, bro, I used to be from a little crew when I was younger. And that's where I started, bro. Started writing, I used to write KAK, known as Kings. And I stopped for a while. And recently a friend, Otis, Big O, introduced me to it again. And, bro, it's been nonstop from there.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
So, take it back to, you said it was KAK?
Yeah, known as Kings.
Known as Kings, bro. What was it about, getting up and graffiti that made you, want to start?
Yeah, well, I guess growing up, I used to see them up everywhere. And it was just the name, the name known as Kings,
Yeah.
That kind of, made me feel man, I need to get up, and then do this, So, yeah, bro, I like the name. So, I took pride in that, and I would see it up. I seen the older homies, put it everywhere. So
yeah,
I felt like, man, I could do it probably 2 times more than them, So
yeah, from there,
bro, it became. It's an addiction, bro. So I can't quit.
Man, so when you saw it up, and you're I could do this too. Do you remember that first tag or first piece you hit up, bro?
I do, bro. I remember it was in, we were in Compton too. We used to write a lot in Compton, and I remember our friends, they were drinking. I wasn't drinking at the moment. They're like, jump out, Mets, go hit up that wall. And, I was a little nervous because I never, written in front of other people. So I jumped out and I did it. And then, I got away with it. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. I like this. So.
Yeah.
So from there, bro, it was that thrill, of getting away with stuff,
yeah.
That made it, I don't know, I guess worth it.
Yeah, that adrenaline right there.
Yeah, bro, every time.
So, man, you said you saw those homies, and then you said, you took a break, and then your homie Otis hit you up. But, with learning graffiti, did you ever have, any mentors, or was it, did you learn on your own?
Well, seeing other people and watching them be good, and that was kind of my motivation. Yeah, and then seeing Otis, he was pretty good, and then the homie Ernesto, he was pretty good, and I remember I had a hard time at first because everything was new to me again, So, and I hadn't touched a spray can in years.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have an extended for I had a Resto,
yeah.
I was using those little fan caps, that spray kind of sideways, weird.
Yeah.
And I showed up with some BS, I thought I was gonna do some I was about to get down, bro. And
gonna flex real quick.
Yeah, and the homies fucking showed me off, and
yeah.
I was like, oh, so I think from that moment on, I was like, man, I guess being in my peace book, bro, it's I've been in my peace book a lot, bro. So I feel like that's where it's at, That's where I do a lot of my thinking and where I clear my mind. It goes deeper than graffiti,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, bro, that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, you touched on, the Black Book and Peace Book, bro. For someone who sees your style now, it's bro, you got a dope style, you got these characters. But how important is it to hit those books?
I tell everyone, bro, because a lot of people always ask me, how, because my style, evolves. It's it evolves quick, and I tell them it's just that, being in your book, and like I said, it's more than graffiti. When I'm in my book, I'm thinking about all the stuff, that, I got going on, and I get in it, and I try colors, and so for me, being in my book is important, it's like a stress reliever.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like a friction of going out and writing on the wall, because it's the same thing for me. I go out on the wall and I really, that's where I clear my mind. So
yeah.
It's important for me to be in a book.
That's right, man. So with the practicing, evolving your style, did it come naturally, like just with the creativity, or did you get any like influence, like, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that, or was it just free flowing?
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of other artists out there that like that have cool letters, and and like I was I guess from there like I see how they did it, and then like I have my little my sauce that I do, and kind of like I feel like every letter out there's been done, bro. By someone before. So I mean, even when you think like your thing is like your letters are original, you see someone kind of do something similar, and you're like, So that's kind of like where what I encounter a lot, bro. Like where I do my letters, and I'm like, damn, like he did a similar letter. So I don't let that get to me. I still like still do my thing, and yeah, bro. Just gotta keep pushing, and
that's right.
Strive.
Yes, sir. So like going off that Peace book, Black book, like when you do go with the cans out in the streets, wall, train, like do you take like a sketch from the book, or do you just go off of what you're feeling at that moment?
No, for sure. I've had both happen to me, but mostly like for me, it's like I gotta not like take the book, but I have to do what I'm gonna do first on the book. And then once I get to the wall, I know what I'm doing. But even so, bro, like even doing that, like I'll get to the wall and I'll do it, and then I'll, my mind starts working, and I could do this and I can add that, and yeah, bro. So I think that's where the creativity like comes in play, where like it's like most important for me. Like I'll be there, and then like I'll have a vision, and then next thing like I'm going with something totally different. But I have to for sure draw it out first, bro. I have to, even if it's a character, like I have to draw it before, or else, because I'm, sometimes I feel like I'm slow, bro. So if I don't have that mental picture in my head, like, I'll be there like, oh, I got them, and I've looked at a wall and be like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, oh shit, snap. Yeah, but yeah, for sure, I gotta for sure sketch it out. Yeah.
That's right, man. Man, like with the characters too, bro. Do you choose certain characters to do? Is it like childhood cartoons, or is it your own type of character, man?
Yeah, for sure. My style's a little dark, so I like devils and like kind of that type of like character. So yeah, I feel like I'll take, like when I take a character, I'll take a regular character and I kind of add that to it, like my style to it. So yeah. So but lately I like the Simpson characters. Like for Halloween, I'm gonna do something Simpson related.
Oh, dope.
And I think that's for me like one of my childhood cartoons that I kind of will always like turn to, like do a character from there, So
the Simpsons.
Yeah, the Simpsons, bro, for sure. And then I want to do some like Futurama stuff, like even some Hank Hill shit, stuff, like
the King of the Hill.
King of the Hill stuff, something more calm,
yeah,
but yeah, for sure.
That's right. So next thing I want to bring up is like, with graffiti, there's the crews, like right now you're HDS.
Yeah.
So like for those that don't know out there, what do those letters stand for, bro?
Well, we all came up, we all got our own little meanings. For me, my favorite is Heavenly Designs.
Yeah.
I mean, the homies, they for fun, they write hoes, drugs, sex, just for fun,
Yeah,
but there's a lot of them. I mean, it's crazy. Like being put on the spot is like, I can't think now, but yeah, bro, holding spots down, holding down spots. I mean, we got a lot of them that are pretty hoodlums, hood rats, hazardous. Yeah, bro. So yeah,
that's right. It's like how'd you start, writing with the HDS?
Well, I started as a wonder with Otis and Nesto. He was writing actor at the moment, and yeah, we were pretty much writing like every night, and then other friends kind of got in the mix, and and the next thing you knew, it was like 15 of us, and we were like, well, why don't we just become a crew? And we're all friends, we all hang out all the time, so we might as well, we're all writing, so we might as well get something together and come up with a crew name. So for sure, for like a year, almost a year, bro, we were trying to come up with a name, and we couldn't come up with nothing, and and then one day, bro, our friend Word, he said, how about we try this? And it was HDS, Hijos del Sol. And we were like, oh, that's dope. Or, there's a band, I don't know if you ever heard of it, Héroes del Silencio.
I don't think so.
It's a little rock Spanish rock band.
Okay.
So I digged it. I was like, damn, that's hard. So we went with it, bro. And then, we've been running strong, bro, ever since, So yeah, bro. It's something we could take pride in, because we came up with it, So it's something that we all made up, we all agreed, and so we take that pride in it. So that's my crew.
That's right. So man, just the names you brought up and hearing the story, it's like a real brotherhood,
Yeah.
And
sure. We're family,
yeah, family. And in graffiti, it's it's very competitive, even with your brothers and your family. So
yeah.
I want to ask, with the crew, with all those with talent, does it push you I'm going up, I'm putting my piece next to my brother, I gotta flex out?
For sure, bro. Luckily, our crew has a lot of good artists, bro. So, it kind of pushes you to want to be better, because every time we go out, bro, one of the bros got a new stilo, and you're like, oh, snap. So, that's why every time we go out, that's why I stay in my book, bro, because, I want to make sure that every time I go out with the bros, I got some fresh letters, bro, because they all, they all be showing up, bro, so yeah, bro. And not only that, within us is not even competition. It's more of just trying to it's kind of like motivation,
Yeah.
But yeah, I see other writers out there from other crews that are dope, and they're doing their thing, and I respect, so that's why there's a lot of competition out there. You're right, so we gotta keep it fresh all the time. And I stress a lot about my fills. To me, that's important, how I do my fills. And so yeah, bro, for sure.
That's what's up, man. Going off of with the styles, and the motivation, I want to ask, do you think writers care more about their letters and style or getting up more?
For me, bro, at first it was never about even being famous, bro. It was just about that, the way I felt, and when I went on that wall and my stuff was trash, I was like, oh, I gotta get better than this. I can't show up again doing this, So for sure, for me, bro, it was more of a style, because I feel like that's kind of what speaks for you, not entirely who you are, but really who you are, are you dedicated? Are you, are you putting your time into it? Is this something you really want? So I feel like that's where, you decide, you want to get in your book and practice, or you want to show up on a wall and be trash all the time, so.
Yeah. I get you, bro. All right, man. Next segment, man, we're in LA County, Southern California, so just want to ask, just being from this area, how does it shape the way you write?
Well, LA do have a certain style, bro. There's those straight letters that have the curve that everybody in LA does, so I feel I see people styling New York and Detroit, and they got different styles, and I guess that's because of where they're at, on the map. But yeah, bro, I feel LA does have their style, and I feel LA style is hard, bro. For me, I feel our graffiti is probably the best,
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, bro. So, shit, there's battles, bro. There's been battles, the homie with their punch, and they won, I think they won New York and stuff, and they won the prize, and so, yeah, bro, for sure. LA do have a style, and I dig it, I like the little simple, plain, square letters,
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what you got to do to get up, and for it to be visible, and to be people be able to read it. I like doing wild letters on on the street, but always that little LA little square type of style is something we can always go to, so
yeah, most definitely, bro. Some of our listeners right now, they might not even be from California, because graffiti now is other countries,
Sure.
So they're listening in, what makes LA graffiti, just the culture too, different from everywhere else?
It's just live out here, bro. We're live, so it's not just, like I was saying, it's not just graffiti, bro. It's it's, you know, like a whole lifestyle, like hip hop, you know, like, you know, because, you know, like I listen to, you know, like I'm growing up, like, you know, I've always loved like the underground hip hop, you know.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, I mean, that's, you know, number one, you know, so. But yeah, bro, I mean, our, you know, like our whole, you know, the whole breakdancing out here, you know, I mean, we practice everything out here, you know, like, and it's like a thing, you know, like not just, you know, like something small, like, you know, like, see, we have competitions for like breakdancing and DJing competitions, and I'm into that stuff too, you know, like my homies are like DJs, and, you know, and I've gone to watch them, and they've, you know, had little competitions, and so, yeah, it's not just, you know, I mean, graffiti is important, but, you know, like, but LA has a good, like, you know, like the culture, like, you know, like the, you know, the seven, you know, like
the hip hop elements,
yeah, the elements, you know, bro. So I followed growing up all of them, bro. I used to break dance, you know, like, I mean, I used to, you know, I used to rap, all that, you know, like, I did my part to, you know, to participate in that, you know. And now with graffiti, you know, bro, it's like, we still keeping it alive, you know, because the kids, the younger generation see it, like the homies kids, you know, they're like, you know, like we had a meeting earlier and they pulled up and they're in their Peace Books mob, and we had a dope Black Book session earlier today, you know, and
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, bro, and I mean, seeing, you know, the younger generation, you know, like partake, and, you know, like, you know, we're leaving legacies behind, you know, for them to follow, you know, so they're gonna look at our books and look at our styles, and then they're gonna, you know, they're gonna derive styles from that, you know, so.
That's what's up, man. One thing I want to ask too, bro, like with LA, is like, I feel like New York, right, came from hip hop. Here it still has that hip hop connection, but something that's cool is like, you know, you see punk rockers, graffiti, you know, ska, Spanish ska.
That's
like
my shit, bro.
You know,
like it goes hand in hand, bro. For me, at least, but yeah, bro. Ska's like, I guess I did ska. I did the ska thing for years, bro. 10 years plus, bro. Going to shows every weekend. So, and I met a lot of writers. I mean, I met Scummo. I don't know if you know who Scummo is. He does stickers.
Oh yeah.
I met him through ska.
Okay.
He was wearing a sticker with his logo on it, and I was like, yo. I was like, you know, I asked him about the logo. He was like, that's me, bro. Those are my stickers. I was like, what? So we're skanking in the pit, you know. Like, and then, you know, I told him who I was. He's like, I seen you before. I seen your hit-ups before. I was like, yeah, bro. Like, you know, we're all doing this, you know, this thing out here, you know. So, but yeah, bro. Music is, I mean, punk. I mean, we went to the what is that punk thing? What was that punk band, bro? Where Nerds from?
Dead City Punk.
Yeah, Dead City Punk. But we went to that parking lot where the cops showed up. And, yeah, we were there, bro. We were there. It was just dope, bro. Fireworks. It was dope, bro. I mean, so
everyone getting up too, right?
Yeah, we were all getting. I mean, bro, we were. We all had our bags with cans, you know. And we were like, I mean, there's videos, bro, where like we're like hitting corners, doing throw-ins. I mean, you know, I know you heard of the Panda. You know, that's our, you know, that's our homie. We ride with them too, and he came out, bro. Cause he's like, I want to go to a punk show. I want to go check it out. We're like, bro, come out, bro. So he came out. We're out there, Elser. We were all out there on the middle of the street, you know, doing our thing, catching spots. I mean, we did a whole lineup with Sex, and I mean, it was crazy, bro. That night was crazy, bro. But yeah, bro, punk music, you know. I know that. I've seen he was here last week too, huh? Yeah, bro. So yeah, for sure.
That's right, man. All right, bro. We're gonna go do a little break soon. But before that break, like, I want to ask you, you know, with like the new wave of writers, you know, like the new generation, do you feel like they still have that respect for the old school, or is there a disconnect between the generations?
I mean, you'll run into both. I mean, like, there's kids out there who don't care. They're just want to get up and be known, you know, like.
They're still invincible.
And then there's other kids who are good, you know, like that follow rules, and, you know, I mean, we're at the skate park, and I mean, I had a bomb on the wall. I mean, on the wall, and I mean, somebody just came and, you know, and I knew it was a younger kid, you know, and just came and rolled over it, and it's like, oh man, like. But then you'll have other kids who know better, you know, who know not to do that, you know, so. But yeah, you're into both. I mean, like I said, the homies, their kids ride, and, you know, we have younger homies in our crew, Sonner and Goon, and they're good kids, you know. I mean, we have C2, he was here last week. He's a good kid, you know. And, and I feel like, you know, there's some still, you know, follow, you know, the rules out there. So, but yeah, I've encountered disrespectful kids also, you know, and it's not even worth it sometimes. It's like, all right, man, there's so many spots out there, you guys can have them, you know. Like,
yeah.
You guys don't have to cap me or ride over me to just to, you know, get up, you know. So,
yeah, man. There needs to be like some, you know, maybe some teaching, like learn some lessons, like
make some fucking some freaking tutorial videos, bro, and
yeah,
be on the ground for them, you know, like
yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, y'all, we're gonna go to a little music break. You know, we got some underground tracks. We got Black Smurf, Michael, some Tacit. You know, you guys are listening to Lost Element on KQBH 101.5 FM, community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on KQBHLA.com. A community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on KQBHLA.com. You know, we're going to just jump back into this interview with Mets. You know, the first question I got for you, man, is can you tell the people a crazy or funny story when you're out there on a mission painting?
Yeah, bro. I was out with the homie Cable, and we were catching this spot over there in Compton, this bridge, and there was only a couple names on there at first, and I was all railed, but so we went up there, and there was like a little tent set up right there on the side. We paid no attention to it, you know what I mean? We're not bothering no one, so we went around, and we went up there, we did our thing, and then some paisa came out drunk as heck, and he was like, hey, you guys are pieces of, and you know, at first I was like, man, like I tried to ignore him, you know, bro, but then he got louder. He was like, hey, and you know, I looked down and I was like, what's up, bro? And he was like, you're a piece of and I was like, this fool's tripping. So I told the homie was like, he be tripping, bro. So the homie was like, what? Man, he was like, F this fool, let's go get him. I was like, nah, bro, let's just get out of here, bro. Let's just do our thing low.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right, for sure then. So then, you know, he was finishing up his stuff, and then, you know, we finished, and we started walking down, you know, because it's kind of like a little slope, you know, like where the freeway, where the bridge is at. So then we got to the bottom, and this fool walked to where we were at, and then he walked up right to my face, bro. He was like, you're a piece of shit. And then I turned around, and I told him, look, bro, I was like, just get out of my face, bro. I was like, we're leaving already, we're leaving. Yeah. So then, bro, he came, and then he acted like he was gonna push me. So he came to me, and he did, he did his arms, you know, he put him up, and I was like, hey, bro, you better calm, you know, I told him, you better calm the F down, bro. So this fool was like, oh yeah, you want to get froggy with me? And I was like, this fool, I was like, come on, bro, let's go. So we kept pushing, because there was another gate we had to, there was like an opening to it, so we had to get to another gate. And we started walking faster. And then next thing you know, he went and got somebody else, bro, from out the tent. And some dude with a shotgun came out, started chasing us, bro. And he was like, oh, this is segundos, homie, this is Compton segundos. And we were like, bro, we're not tripping, we're just trying to get out of here. No, F that. And he pulled out the gun, bro, and started chasing us, bro, all from, it was Atlantic, all on Atlantic, from Atlantic, bro. He chased us all the way to Atlantic and Alondra, bro, with the shotgun, bro. Me and homie Cable were like running from side to side, because this fool kept pointing the shotgun at us. And you know, we got to the corner, bro, and there's like a little plaza right there. So we went in the plaza, and then we kind of hid in between some cars, and we could see him, bro, looking for us. And we're like, God damn! I was like, that is crazy, bro. I was like, man, this is just like unnecessary, you know. So, but yeah, bro, that's probably one of the craziest things that I've encountered while being out there, bro. You know, like.
Man, shotgun out the tent and everything.
Bro, sawed off and all of that. I was like, this fool about to get us, bro. This is it. But
oh, damn.
Luckily, bro, like I said, we were like, we're running from street to street like this, and that fool kept pointing it at us, and we kept fucking hiding behind cars, and it was insane, bro. Man. So, I mean, just to get a spot, you know, bro, like, sheesh.
You live to tell the story that
well, that's
day,
the best,
man.
You know, so I'm glad I'm still here to tell it, you know, so, yeah.
Man. That could be a whole movie scene right there, bro.
My whole life is a movie, bro. Sometimes I'm like, God damn, like, I could legit probably make money off this shit, you know, like. But, yeah, for sure.
Man, next one I got for you, bro, is like with graffiti. Is it art or is it vandalism?
For me, bro, it's art, bro. It's art, you know, because it gives you that place to create, you know, bro. And like, I've never seen any art, bro, that to me was ugly, you know, because I know someone took time, you know, and you know, dedication, you know. So it just sucks that we gotta, you know, like, we gotta go out in the street and do it on walls, you know. So I mean, I paint on canvases, but it's just not the same, you know. So I mean, I guess, bro, it goes kind of hand in hand, you know. I mean, I can, if you know, if I was given a choice, and you know, and I would just paint on canvases, you know, if you know, but bro, like, you have to be a vandal sometimes, you know, to put your art out there sometimes, you know. So, I've been, you know, I've had a good run, bro. So, you know, I've been able to put my art out there, and I mean, some of my stuff is still rocking out there. I mean, I drive by and I see it, and it's like, oh snap, like, you know, like, oh, the boy. So, but yeah, bro, I mean, to me it's art, bro, because it gives me that power to create, bro, create things that, you know what I mean, bro, like other people, you know, like, I feel like it's something, you know, like that's in you, that, you know, like, that makes you that, you know, like that artist, you know. So yeah, bro, I guess, it goes hand in hand, bro. I mean, like I said, I gotta do it on walls, you know, but you get that itch, bro, you gotta get out there and do it, you know. Like, it's not the same thing on the canvas, you know, with markers, you know. So nah, bro, like, sometimes I'll do stuff on canvases and it's like, oh man, like, and then I go on the wall and it's like, ooh, you know, like, I do it, like. So it's just, I don't know, bro, I like doing both, but for sure, I guess. Yeah, bro, it's a tough one, I guess. Yeah, bro, I mean, I guess
it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, bro, it's a little bit of both, for sure.
For sure, man. Man, I want to transition into, like, graffiti in this modern age of 2025. I want to ask, bro, like, what's your take on social media's impact on graffiti?
I mean, there is a lot of Instagram writers who just do it for that specific reason. I mean, I have two Instagrams. I have my personal Instagram, and I never use it, but I have my art one, and I post certain things on there. But a lot of the stuff I do, I don't post it, but I get out there to do it for me, you know. So, but yeah, bro, I guess the media has changed it into something that's like a fucking show, you know, bro. Like, it's, you know, I mean, I always say this, but like, remember, like, the graffiti artists in the 80s, they had no phones, they had no cellulars, they had no way to take pictures, I mean, besides the camera. So a lot of their art, bro, went, you know, like, no one ever seen it, you know, unless you were like a graffiti artist and you were out there and you know, you have that eye, you know. Like, it's like when I go out now, bro, like, I'm always looking, you know, to see who's out there, who's putting what on the wall. So, you know, I mean, back then people did graffiti, you know, for them, for, you know, for the art, you know, for that, you know. Like, now I feel like a lot of people do it just to get likes, and you know, and it feels good, I guess, to be recognized, you know, especially, I mean, but it's like, it's an underground world, you know, like, social media made it, you know, more, you know, like, mainstream, you know. So I wish it was still underground, you know, where it was like, you know, like, something that only, you know, if you know type of stuff, you know, like. But I mean, I have friends who have nothing to do with graffiti, and their kids are like, hey, you know, like, my kid sees you on Instagram, and, you know, and I'm like, oh snap, like, okay, like, you know. So a lot of people are on there, you know, like, and it's like, you know, mainstream now. Like, I wish it was underground, you know, like, so only like certain people would know about it. But now everyone wants a part of it, you know. Everyone wants to profit off it, make sweaters, and that shit has just stayed underground, you know.
Man, like, going off of that, man, like, it's like mainstream, like, do you have an opinion on, like, the commercialization of graffiti, where it's like these big companies, they use it, you know, like, they might even use actual artists without them knowing.
Yeah,
you know?
like use their style and stuff like that. We were talking about that today, bro. How companies use like slaps and they're throwing like they're using like throwies as their letters to like, you know, to like to put out their products and stuff. And it's like the same thing, bro. Like they're just, you know, profiting off, you know, something that we're out there working hard for, you know, bro. Like I mean, there's been nights I've been out to like 4 or 5 in the morning writing, you know, bro, to like, you know, like get my stuff out, and they see it, you know, on the wall, and then they just take it and use it and make money off it. I mean, millions off it, you know, and like, shit, I'm over here using my own money to paint, you know. They should be hooking it up with guys, bro, and you know, and like
sponsoring us,
you know what I mean, bro? Like, you know, they should be legit and be like, yo, I seen your stuff, like, let me look out for you, you know, like, it ain't gonna happen, you know what I mean, bro? But yeah, bro, yeah, a lot of people are using like graffiti to profit, you know, off it, you know. Like I said, it should have stayed underground, you know, like, but it's cool now, you know.
Yeah, it's trendy, as they say.
Yeah, exactly, but that's what's in right now. So.
For sure, man. I want to ask you, bro. Like you touched on it a little bit earlier, but like, why do you write? And like, what motivates you to go out there?
I write, bro, because it's gonna sound dumb, bro, but I always felt like, man, if I ever die, like, I want people to still see me everywhere, you know. And like, that's to me like it, you know, bro. Like my friends, like people who love me, like they'll still have a piece of me out there, you know, that they can always like, you know, turn to and see like, oh, that's the homie, that's my dad, or that's my uncle, you know. Like my nephew would be like, oh, I see you over here and over there, and that's like what, you know, like, you know, like I like that, you know, because like I said, if I go, like, I would still want people to remember me, you know, and like see it everywhere, you know. So yeah, bro, that's
definitely, bro. What was like the biggest lesson this game of graffiti has taught you?
Stay to myself, bro, and you know, like, it's for you anyways, you know. It's not for, it's, you know, it's not, I mean, like, I do my stuff for me, you know, like, not to, you know, like, I'm my own competition, you know. So you know, like, writing with a bunch of people and knowing a lot of people and all that, it's like, it's cool, you know, but yeah, just staying to myself, bro. It's where it's at, you know. Writing with my people, with my mom, you know, with my homies, and from there, that's just where it stays, bro. You know, like, it's not my whole life, you know, bro. So whenever I got that time, I'll share it with my bros. We'll go out and do our thing, and yeah, bro. But yeah, that's it, bro. Just staying to myself, you know.
For sure, man. Another thing I want to ask you, bro, is like, you know, with the graffiti, you got your name, you're given, and then you got your writer name, you know. So it's like the writers, they're the superheroes, bro. You know, the Clark Kent Superman. So I want to ask, like, has graffiti shaped how you see yourself outside the walls?
Oh, bro. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember one time Otis's kids, you know, I was catching a spot, and Otis was like, damn, bro, you're gonna take over the world like one tag at a time. And then I was like, yup. And then we came up with this little, you know, he was like, oh, his son was like, oh, he's met Thanos. So it stuck in my head, bro. Like, you know, like, I was like, that's crazy. Because, you know, like, I guess that's in my head. That's how I see myself, like, taking over the world one tag at a time, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like every time I catch a tag, I'm like, I'm closer to there, you know? Like, So, yeah, bro. And then when I see them and I see, you know, myself evolve, and I'm like, yo, like, you know, like, damn, like, or I'll see people say, oh, that hit up is cool. And, you know, like, and I know it's me, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy, you know, like, before I was a nobody, bro. I was going to work, coming home, and that was it, bro. But now it's like, I don't know, bro. Now I see myself, like, I mean, like, in that world where it's underground, like, where no one knows me, you know, like, now I'm like, hell yeah, bro. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, like, through this, you know, like, I could be somebody, you know, like, a fucking super great, wonderful, awesome fucking artist, you know? Like,
hell yeah.
Like I said, it gives you that power, bro, to create and put any idea you want out there, you know? So it makes me feel like super, you know, for sure, bro.
Yeah. That's right, man. So, man, I want to ask you, bro, like, graffiti, man, if you had to pick which one matters the most for a writer, out of fame, respect, or longevity, which one would it be?
For sure, longevity, bro. I mean, just keeping it cool and you know, and just like I said, like for me, it was never about being famous, bro, ever, you know.
Yeah.
I did it because it's like everything I do in life or anything we do, you know, like if you're not good at it, you're gonna, you know, hell no, I'm not gonna stop until I'm better at it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, bro, you know, like it was never about, at first it was like, I don't even care about getting up. I just want to make sure I could drop a throwie or do something decent, you know, like I don't even care if people know me, you know, I just want to be able to make sure that I can go on a wall and do something decent because my homies got down and I came over here and dropped some trash and I'm just like feeling like a loser now, you know, so I'm like, man, like, gotta get myself up, you know, so.
Yeah.
But now that, you know, like, I think I've developed a little style now, you know, like, you know, it's not so much about getting out there and running around and putting my name everywhere. Now I feel like I want to just keep it chill, catch spots here and there, and just continue that, you know, that run until like, you know, until you already know, bro, until I'm 6 feet, you know, down or.
Yeah.
So, sure.
It's definitely, man, that longevity.
Yeah.
All right, bro. You know, we're getting close to wrapping it up, but before, man, call this segment the quick hitters. So the first thing that comes up. So the first one I got, bro, is your favorite brand of spray paint.
It's gotta be Loop, bro.
Loop?
For sure. I mean, I use other kinds for sure, but Loop is like my go-to for sure. And they be looking out, bro. You know, we got the account, you know, through them. So I mean, $4 account, bro, is like can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So I mean, I also I mess with Acme's.
Okay.
You know, after the Lamo Swami,
yes,
Made
sir.
Fresh. Woo.
Yes, sir.
That's where we get our cans also from. You know, support the
the local businesses.
The local businesses also. You know, like that's where I used to go to Dick's, but you know, I mean, you know, it's a little Made Fresh is way closer.
It's way closer, yeah.
So you know, I go there, and I mean, homeboy always shows love. So yeah, but yeah, Loop, bro, for sure. Loop and Loop and a freaking New York cap, bro. That's it. You know, that's all I need.
Okay. That's right. Next one I got for you, man. This one ain't graffiti, but what's the best local food spot, man?
The Ramen Hut, bro.
Ramen Hut?
Yeah, over there in Big Vino's.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. That spot is A1. And the bathrooms are all blasted, bro. So you can go there, bring your stickers, eat, go in the bathroom, drop your tag, and bro. That's why I see a lot of heavy hitters. I see a lot of homies from DAF on there. Like a lot of, you know, they're pretty local too, you know. So there's a lot of every time I go to a restaurant, I see new hit ups, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. but besides that, bro, their food is really good. They have a roll called a bachata roll.
Ooh.
Way go, bro.
Okay.
And the ramen is, to me, their ramen is A1. So yeah, that's my spot right there.
So, man. All right, bro. Last one I got for you, bro. Piece of advice for a youngster out there who's thinking about jumping into graph.
Just be respectful, bro. Like, you know, there's people who've been doing it for a long time, bro, and paint ain't cheap, you know, bro. So I know when I drop something, I don't want no one, you know, like coming in, you know, like messing on my stuff just because, you know, they want to be known. So just be respectful out there. You know, there's enough spots for everyone, bro. You know, you just gotta look, bro. You just gotta lurk. You just gotta keep looking. You know, you'll find them, bro. If this is what you really want to do, you know, you'll find spots, bro. And you ain't gotta cap people to get to, you know, to get up there, bro. So just be respectful, bro. That's it, you know, and respect your big homies. Because, I mean, shit, we were little homies once, and we listened to somebody, you know, and and you know, now I wish like I wasn't so much of a knucklehead, and I would have listened a little more than maybe. I mean, I don't know. I turned out pretty decent, I think. So, I mean, but I know that I listened to my big homies, you know, because I know that, you know, like, they were just trying to keep us out of trouble, you know. So, that's all we really want to, you know, just to keep them out of trouble, make sure that, you know, they evolve also without having any troubles, you know. So, I got little homies in the crew, you know, and we talk, and, you know, I tell them the same thing, you know, just be respectful, you know, just, you know, they don't get down like that. So, we got good homies, you know, so, but yeah. For my kids too, bro. For my kids and everything, bro. Like, make sure, you know, they respect the game, you know.
Yeah. Respect. For sure, man. All right, bro. Before we sign off, man, you got any last words, shout outs, anything like that?
Just want to shout out all my homies from the HDS, you know, bro. And, You know, shout out Hank, WBL. You know, the homie just got put on DAF, so all the, you know, the Dasters.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, I mean, everyone really doing that out there, you know, bro. Shout out to everyone, you know, I mean, to the north side, you know, the north side of Long Beach, bro, because that's where I play, you know, so, yeah, bro, everyone out there, you know, who's doing it, bro, you know, stay safe and keep doing it, you know, go hard, that's it, you know.
Yes, sir.
You know?
All right, y'all. That was our interview with Nets. Y'all listening to Lost Element on KQBH 101.5 FM. Community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on KQBHLA.com.